Guys, in today's video, this is not our typical video. This is going to be a vlog. Kasama ko si Carl ngayon, tsaka si Nitro nandun sa loob ng crate. So we will visit a client, owner ni Loki, and may problem kasi si Loki. Alam niya pa rin yung obedience niya, so the dog understands the commands, pero the owner is struggling with reactivity. That's why dinala namin si Nitro so that we can check what can be done sa aso na to. Kasi nagre-redirect siya. That means, when I say redirect, it means the dog is biting the owner when the owner is giving the dog a correction. And we will see what's going on later.
There. Ay. Si Loki. Oh, siya yung reactive.
Wait lang. Yung kapag ka-direct mo siya sa prong, mag-ano siya, redirect siya.
Yung pag...
Pag-direct mo siya sa prong ko.
Oh, halimbawa, may aso dyan. Oh. Tapos, ngayon, ganun ako. Kahit dyan lang yung distansya, gusto niyang ganunin. Tapos kung hindi niya maganon ko siya, ako yung parang,
Magkakagat pa siya, hindi?
makagat yung handler ko. Oo, pati ako parang mangangagat siya, parang nawawala siya. Pero meron na itong mga komando. Sit. Down. Sit. Inside. 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 Inside.
Nag-place.
Hey, bro.
Ulit. Inside ulit.
Sit.
So, sa e-collar, kamusta siya?
Middle. Middle. Down.
Kamusta naman siya sa e-collar?
Sa equalizer, okay naman. Yung stimulation niya, 5 lang yung bigay ko. Pero yun, magko-correction ako sa kanya. Yung mga 20. Oo. Pero yun lang, nababaguhan ako sa kanya. Yun lang yung reactive siya.
Pero kapag kami aso, tapos mag-collection ka sa e-collar, anong niya?
Para hindi na niya papansinin eh. Pero 20 pa yun, punti pa yung hindi ko binigay ng 30, 40. Oo.
Okay. So, mamaya, ilalabas natin, ilalabas ko yung aso ko. Tapos, gagawin nyo, kapag i-collect nyo siya, ilayo nyo yung leash, ganyan.
Gitu. Ganyan.
Tapos, saka nyo siya i-collect.
Saka i-correct. Okay.
Para if ever na magta-try siyang kagatin ka, malalayo mo siya sa'yo. Okay. Yung ginagawa ko kapag gano'n, halimbawa nagtatry ako kagatin ng dog. Halimbawa, ito yung leash. Ito, andyan yung aso, ganyan. Gagawin ko, yan.
Okay.
Inaangat ko siyang ganyan, ikita mo. Kasi kapag ginanon ko siya, hindi niya ako makakagat. Hindi niya ako makakagat. Kasi lumalayo siya sa akin kasi nag-swing siya.
Nag-swing.
Iaangat ko siya. Kaya mo ba sa buhati?
Oo, kaya naman.
Yeah, ganun. Ang laki ng aso. Ganyan. O kahit naman hindi lahat ng paa niya, basta iganon mo siya.
Okay.
Tapos, hindi mo siya ibaba until tumigil siya.
Until tumigil siya.
Pagka ba nagtatry siya na magwala dire-diretso?
Hindi naman, parang kunti-kunti yung build niya. Parang nag-build. So ngayon, sa malayo pa lang, so yun, redirect ko. Change direction ko na.
Minsan kasi yung dog, kapag prong collar, parang tas may dog no, nag-direct siya. Feeling niya, may kumagat sa kanya.
Oo.
Feeling. So, Lexi, gagamitin natin slip collar.
Slip collar.
Kaya ka ba slip collar?
Slip collar.
So now, ang sabi ko dito sa owner is slip collar ang gagamitin namin. Kasi yung prong collar na ginagamit niya, may mga aso talaga na if prong collar ginamit mo and binigyan mo sila ng collection, feeling nila meron kumagat sa kanila and then kung sino yung pinakamalapit, siya yung kakagarin niya.
Sit.
So we will be using a slip collar. And I also asked the owner to put on the e-collar. Kasi sometimes the e-collar is a much better tool for the reactive dog. Kasi ang gagawin ko po dito later is instead of waiting for the dog to make a mistake and then correct the dog, I'm going to give the dog a job which is to heel, to down, to sit. So instead of focusing on my dog, yung dala ko, I'm gonna take out my dog Nitro. Instead of focusing on the other dog Nitro, the dog must focus on the task which is heel,
Ito,
down, and sit.
ang ipang kukulit ko sa kanya dun sa reactivity niya, collar. Yung collection dun sa handler, redirect. Yung
ganun.
slip
Oo,
collar.
Slip collar.
Okay? So, susunod natin sa kanya yung slip collar. Okay lang ba nag-video?
Maganda is ma-document. Sa pagaw sa sisi. Yan, parang matitensyo.
So guys, when you're handling your dog, especially if the dog is reactive, try to not put any tension on the leash while the dog is walking with you. Because if the dog is walking beside you, the dog should have a loose leash. The only time you want to give the dog pressure or information is when the dog is doing something that he is not supposed to do, like maybe dragging you while on a walk, or whatever. But if the dog is doing the right thing, try to drop your hand. As you can see, si sir nakataas yung kamay niya, di ba? So dapat just drop your hand, relax the leash, loose leash, and no tension. Okay?
Boy. Sit. Good.
So there, as soon as the dog is given a command, if the dog doesn't comply, you must put pressure on the leash, upward pressure. This dog already knows that. So again, this is our client, so he knows what to do. But the only thing that's this dog is struggling with is yung reactivity. So now I'm
No.
getting out.
Tingnan nyo,
I have my dog. His dog is looking at my dog. So I'm telling him, the
No.
client, to tell the dog no and to give the dog a command.
No. Down.
So instead of focusing on Nitro,
Down.
si Loki should be focusing on obeying the handler. Okay? So again,
Down.
not sure if I was able to tell the client to not put any tension on the leash, but as you can see, there's always tension on the leash. So now I'm walking with my dog Nitro. So far, no reaction. That's because the dog is fairly obedient. So all you have to do is just give the dog a command, give the dog something to do. The dog broke the down. I'm the one holding the e-collar, so I immediately applied pressure on the dog as soon as he stood up because he was not released. This dog is already trained, so it means he knows that he's breaking a command. So that's why he immediately went down again. He knows how to turn that pressure off.
Wait, we're down.
So now I'm trying to check
I-release mo siya, sir. Tapos lakad.
how the dog will react. if he is the one that's moving and Nitro is
Tapos mag-ano
going to
tayo, sir.
walk by.
Mag-cross tayo.
So we're gonna try to cross paths. And as you can see, I'm always holding the remote. I have my my finger on the button so that I can give a timely correction. Timing is very important. All the other collars there are not necessary. The prong collar and the choke chain, it's not necessary. We just need the slip collar and
Down.
the e-collar at this point. So this is what we want to do when we are dealing with a reactive dog. Instead of waiting for the dog to make a mistake, if we can try to be proactive, give the dog something to do. And also, there you go. So he was trying to pull the owner towards Nitro. So this is why I want to hold the remote so that I can immediately give the dog a correction. And the correction is not for aggression. He was just trying to approach my dog. I don't see any negative signs there, any sign of aggression. Maybe the dog was just curious, but I gave the correction because he left the owner. He broke the heel.
Nauna siya ulit. Umatras kayo, sir. Yan, good.
So now I'm instructing the owner to proof the heel, just to be sure that the dog is understanding where he is supposed to be. So I'm telling him to back away or to move backwards, and the dog should stay on his left. So far he did the right thing, and the owner was already proofing this earlier before we even started. I saw him suddenly stopping and then looking at his dog, so I think he is practicing this a lot. The only thing I will change is, of course, loose leash.
Okay, sir. Sige, ipasit nyo lang siya. Sit.
Okay.
Especially if the dog is wearing a prong collar. So right now it's not a big deal because the slip collar is not going to
Po siya kasi
give the dog pressure, even with the slightest tension on the leash. But with the prong collar, sometimes even just the softest tension on the leash, it can pressure the dog.
mas lumayo kayo konti, sir. Layo kayo sa kanya. Ipastay nyo siya. Ay, ito, Jim. Here. Down. Nakita nyo, sir, hindi siya nag-react.
Baka kasi may high energy to, no?
Ha?
Mas high energy ba? Pigilan yung energy.
Hindi, kailangan mo unahan nyo lang siya. Halimbawa, nakatingin. Bigyan nyo na kagad siya ng command.
Okay.
So,
Walang correction, command lang, sir.
command. Pero, i-correct mo siya kapag di niya ginawa yung command.
Okay.
Iba, down. Tapos, nung una, parang, sabi mo, sit nakatingin lang siya. Kinorek ko siya sa e-collar.
Okay.
Tapos, ginawa naman niya. After nun, naman siya, okay na siya, di ba?
Oo.
Yun, ganun lang.
Okay.
So, gawin natin, medyo mas mahirap para sa kanya. Meron ba kayong long leash?
Long list. Meron, sobrang long yun.
So, ipapastay natin siya sa, sa medyo malayo sa'yo. Aalis ka, iikot ako sa kanya. Sama ko yung aso. Down. Down, night. Okay ibigay niyo na lang kay Carl yung leash.
Carlo, ako nag-video, Carl.
Good boy. Good. Good.
So yung reactive lang. Ganun po kayang mga ibang aso dito.
So, merong ibang aso.
Lakad natin sila.
So ngayon, since the dog is not reacting to my dog, which is good, we will walk to find stray dogs. It's very common in the Philippines to have stray dogs everywhere. So that's what we are looking for training purposes. But ideally, you want the other dogs to be on a leash so that we can control the situation in case the dogs will try to attack. But my plan is just to shoo the dogs away if they try to attack. Gusto ko lang makita yung reaction ng ni Loki sa sa mga stray dogs. Minsan kasi alam nyo, yung reactivity ng aso is dahil lang din sa mga ibang aso yan eh. Kapag halimbawa, every day that you walk sa village ninyo, ganyan, and then there's a certain dog, a specific type of dog na laging nagbabark sa sayo every day, maiinis ka na lang one day dun sa dog na yun. I mean, not you, yung dog mo is maiinis na lang doon one day. And then, magugulat ka, bakit pag yung mga aso na maliit, galit na galit siya. Kapag malaki, hindi naman. Or vice versa.
Usually ba awayin niya?
Hindi naman. Yung isa lang, yung parang yung maliit na terrier. Tapos kasi, tumatakbo kasi sa kanya eh. Tapos parang magdidepensa na siya sa kanyang self-defense ba?
So, merong na-mention si Sir na terrier na daw, nagbabark lagi kay Loki. So, we are going to head back doon sa kung saan nakatira yung dog na yon. And then, we will ask the owner to take that dog out on a leash, of course, to keep every dog safe. And then, we will do the same thing. We will give the dog a command and use obedience. And we will expect the dog to not show any reactivity. Kasi if the dog is asked to lay down or to sit, the dog must obey that and not break it. So if the dog will get corrected, it's not because of approaching the dog, it's because of breaking the command. So as soon as the dog breaks the position, the dog gets a correction. If the dog is not doing anything, then maybe you can pet the dog, or some people, they would reward the dog for being a good dog. But for me, maybe praising the dog is enough. Some dogs will not take food if they are in front of a dog that they really hate. So let's see what's going to happen.
Hindi kaya sir kapag baka pag winawalk niya siya, di ba, pag gumana down, tapos napipil na niya yung tension, mas lalo siyang meron ko sir. Okay. Mas lalo siguro siyang kapag napil niya yung prong habang nakatigil sa parang kaya may tension na nakatigil na sa kanya, kaya siya nakatigil. So siguro sa kanya kung ganito mga walk no, e-collar tsaka slip collar.
Collar lang at saka
Slip collar, okay. Sila lang gamitin niyo sa kanya. Mas okay sa inyo.
Ano yung correction mo sir gamit?
Sa kanya kanina,
Oh.
15 lang.
15 lang?
Oo. Ito nga, 15 din ito. Hit. Hit, ayan, 15. Mukhang tingin ko naman, mag-o-obey naman to sa inyo sa...
Oo. Yun nga lang bago ko lang napansin yung ano kaya nangyari no? Kasi every ako nasa Maynila na ako eh. So every week na lang ako, mga twice a week nandito ako. So pero every pupunta ako dito, talagang mag-train ako. Ngayon ako na-busy.
Siguro sabihin niyo na lang yung ano,
Handler.
yung handler na huwag na muna po ang collar. Yung bili na lang kayong slip collar, tapos e-collar. Pero ano lang ba siya gumamit? Turuan niyo.
Maayos, oo.
Baka kasi mamaya lalakasan niya, tapos ano, mga 15 naman okay siya. 15.
Ali daw dire, basig bukuan na siya.
Actually, niready ko high eh.
Mm.
In case na magiging ano siya, mag-a-attack siya.
Mm.
Pero hindi naman niya ginawa kasi yung sa obedience pa lang, sumunod naman siya sa 15 lang.
Mm.
So hindi ko na kailangan siya i-correct ng malakas.
Mm.
Kasi hindi ko gagawin yung parang ano ba, mga around 20,
Oo.
30, 40. Gagawin ko na mataas na lang ako, either mababa ako pang obedience or mataas talaga pag I'm correcting the dog. Kapag may mga aggression,
Oo.
hindi ako nag-ano yung 20, 30, 40, 50. Tapos kasi na ano sila eh, nadidesensitize sila.
Desensitize sila.
So,
So, mataas agad.
Pagtagal parang nakakasanayan na nila habang pataas ang pataas. So, gagawin ko, 15, sinabi ko na no eh.
Oo.
Pataas na, high.
Mataas na.
High,
High.
100.
100.
Mm. So, make sure na matatandaan niya talaga na hindi na niya yung gagawin. Kasi kapag ginawa ko, halimbawa, 20 ko siya, 30. Okay.
Babalik ulit.
Bukas na lang, bukas.
Oo, ganon, ah.
Pero pag tinaas mo kaagad, na matatandaan niya yon, ayoko na itong gawin. It sucks. Parang ganun.
So yung ganun sir, halimbawa mag-walk ulit kami, tapos yun, may mag-build up. Paano yun? Correct ko agad. Kapag mag-correction ako ng no, tapos ganun pa rin, parang fixated, correct ko na agad.
Pwede mo siyang iwanan. So, halimbawa, let's say, itong dog ko, nakafixate siya somewhere doon. Tapos, inaano ko siya parang, sabi ko, heel. Tapos, inihilan niya ako papunta doon.
Oo.
Pupunta ako sa opposite direction. Tapos, i-correct ko siya for not healing.
Ay, posible sir.
Hindi dun sa aggression, like just for not complying dun sa command ko.
Oo.
Kasi alam naman niya yung down, alam niya yung sit.
Oo.
So, kailangan, I'm expecting the dog to obey the command. I'm using obedience to to stop the dog from being reactive. Kasi let's say, meron dog dyan.
Oo.
If reactive yung dog mo, pero obedient siya, hindi siya magre-react. Kasi nag-heal kayo obedient ako, hindi ako aalis dito. Hindi ako gaganon kasi yung heal doesn't mean heal and bark. Heal means heal lang.
Heal lang.
Diba?
Okay.
Meron pusa. Hindi siya reactive sa pusa.
Dati, yun, kinokorrect ko eh. Oo. Ali daw, doon daw dali, yung kanil, sa'yo. Ano ka na?
Ang cute na. Sa inyo din to. Sir.
Oo, tita po mo. Oo. Down?
So, siguro sir, be proactive. Halimbawa, nakita niya na meron aso na parang malayo pa lang, parang nag-bark-bark sa kanya.
Oo.
Kunin niyo na agad yung attention niya na bigyan mo siya ng trabaho. Diba, you're just casually walking. Instead na parang loose leash walking lang, heal.
May activity
Oh,
na.
so parang you need to maintain this. Parang I don't have time to...
Preoccupied na siya right
Oo.
away. Preoccupied na siya.
The dog doesn't have time to think about being reactive kasi he needs to maintain the heal.
Dahil may activity na siya, o may command na binigay.
Kasi at that time, di ba yung bully, parang nag-control na siya.
Oo.
Yeah.
Oo.
And then,
Kasi you want to correct while the dog's still low on the arousal level. Once the dog is high on the arousal level, hindi na pwede yung 15 na correction. 100 ka na or mataas na. And then you cannot use itong kamay lang, dalawang kamay na gagamitin mo.
Okay, so now the dog is here, the schnauzer. Ito daw yung tinatahulan lagi ni Loki kasi daw nagagalit ito sa kanya. So galit na din siya dito sa dog na to, sa schnauzer na to. So we gave Loki something to do down. Pa-down lang siya. Dog is staring. So far, no reactivity.
Gagamit na ako ng collar.
kapag ako yung e-collar, kapag trained ko yung aso, ginagamit ko lang yun kapag hindi niya ginawa yung sinabi ko.
Okay.
After, sabi ko down. Pag hindi niya to ginawa, ulitin ko pero may kasamang e-collar.
Okay.
No, tapos down. Papatayin ko lang kapag nag-down yung aso. Pero mababa lang yun, mga 7
lang po.
10.
Okay.
Ngayon wala naman.
Wapo ko yung video, no? Sus, linder ka. Hindi
Release
ko
ka.
na kayo dyan. Dako na kayo si Lucky, no?
Okay.
Kaya mas ko na laki nun. Uy, sinunod yan. Wala yung lugar.
Okay, walk niya sir dito. Walk niya.
Laki ha, babe. Bilis ko dito na.
Okay.
Wala yung mga tanaw sa bantay. Ayan, huwag mo kapakatulog. Ay, buot ka. Yung mga iiyan.
Sit. Down.
So, ito, this is an example na what you need to do talaga is really control the dog's mind before it reacts. So, give the dog something to do. Let the dog know, no, we are not doing that. No, you are not going to bark at that dog. No, you're not going to react negatively. So, give the dog the heel or the down, the sit command, and try to engage your dog. If you can, if the dog will take food, you can also reward the dog for obedience. That's what I usually do when I'm teaching a reactive dog. But that's not the only thing you can do. You can also apply pressure and obligate the dog to obey.
Hindi, once lang, give the dog a chance to do it. Kapag di niya ginawa, second time, meron ng
Okay, second time. Meron ng stimulation.
okay naman siya.
Mm.
Sige, stop mo naman.